Tuesday. So it's Monday night, Bob. Don't wish the week away. It is Monday night, and you know what that means. Bob with TV, live, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Mud Mule TV coming your way. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Run Watch Your Brung series. We're in Fairbury, USA, Fairbury Speedway for some open wheel dirt car action. Looks like we got some midgets, we got a few modifieds. It's looking good out there, but we're starting to get to the end of the starting to get to the end of some of these car choices. I'll get to the actual broadcasting portion of my abilities in a second. Looks like we've got Wayne Bridges out there in the 92 car first, qualifying. I see a number of other cars on the track map. I think we've got about 9 cars here today. I think we're going to see a lot more modifieds, UMPs and 358s this week. Some of the guys starting to run out of sprint car options. Sprint cars have seemed to be the dominant force in the Run Watch Your Brung series. Alright, let's see. Who else have we got out here? No offense to my young friend there. There's a 17/67 of Peyton Burkett as he quickly went off our screens. Who else we got? Click, click, click until we find someone. Look out. He is well enough to be back behind the wheel of a race car. Dawson Potter in the 44 modified. As some of these guys start bringing in their qualifying times. Jonathan Foxworth, 12:105. Quick time, 12:193. Peyton Burkett, second quickest. Christopher Standridge, third quickest with a 12:449. 12:548 for Travis McDonald. I believe still out there on the track. Maybe not, but the 42 is heading out, so he could upset some of these standings. Tom Lance currently in 5th with a 12:628. 12:667. John Bennett, 12:683 for Dawson Potter. Wayne Bridges, 12:867. So let's see what Mr. Josh Roberts in the 42 sprint car could do. Looking at the cars out on the track today, I feel like Josh is my favourite to win. Just any sprint car seems to be the one to get the job done. But we'll have to wait and see. Let us know in the chat who you've got. Right, so we're just getting that through to the nitty gritty. Alright, nope, that's not where I'll see that. It is there. It's Dawson. Welcome back, Dawes. Love to see you back on the track. Hope you are feeling at least better enough, good enough to enjoy the racing here today, and that you do well. Alright, we're just waiting for the qualifying times to roll out. So before they advance that, I'm going to advance myself to the Mud Mule Bobbeth TV Studios kitchen and just quickly get some cordial drinking stuff. Alright. Tomorrow night we do have the Roberts Electrical Dirt Street Stocks, and then I think that is the end of our little micro gaps in the seasons. The only uncertain... Oh, sorry. The only uncertain round, I think, is in 2 weeks, the late models, the Motorway International late models, where we're not sure where they are going to go and what they're going to race. So we'll have to wait and see for that one. But I think a regular racing season for the rest of the divisions. Alright, just about 45 seconds to go before we get to our heat race racing. The boys obviously just doing what I did. Got themselves a drink, get comfortable, get ready for the racing. Hydration is great. Oh, excuse me. All right, looks like we are good to go. Um, all right, looks like they're lined up on the grid. We've got Josh Roberts and Peyton Burkett on that front row. We can see there Josh in the sprint car. Peyton, that looks like a midget to me. And behind them, we've got the 88 of Travis McDonald and the 1 of John Bennett. They are in, they look like UMPs to me. Oh no, one's a UMP, one's a big block. And then the 92 of Wayne Bridges. Off and racing we go. Oh, wasn't quite ready for that start there. Neither was Josh Roberts, as Peyton Burkett in the midget gets out to a great start. Looks like that midget might be a bit of a wild card as well. The midget's going to run low. The sprint car's going to run high. Let's see who's going to build the speed first. I am going to put my money on Josh Roberts there. If it was a shorter track, most certainly. Looks like we've had a bit of a caution though. The 88 and the 92, Wayne Bridges, Travis McDonald, looks like they've come together in contact. Let's see if what's happened there. Oh, it looks like John Bennett might have been involved in it as well. Maybe John and Travis. Let's have a look. Oh, there's that contact there. The 92 just turning the 88 around. First a caution. Race is back underway. Josh Roberts going to get back to what he was doing at the start there, and that was building that momentum. Peyton Burkett in the midget, he's going to have to run the short track to try and keep up speed. John Bennett, Travis McDonald, Wayne Bridges back behind him. We are 1 to go. White flag lap is out. Let's get back up to our race leader here in Heat 1. Josh Roberts, teammates with John Bennett, J&J Motorsports. He's affordable to go through the lower line on the 3 and 4 there to get to the finish line, get the Heat 1 win. Peyton Burkett second, John Bennett, Travis McDonald and Wayne Bridges third, fourth and fifth. Alright, the boys are starting to line up at the front grid there. At the front grid, at the start finish line. Okay, the front grid at the there we go. Alright, same sort of deal. It looks like we've got a sprint car, a wingless sprint, a UMP and a big block, I think. I have trouble telling which cars are which. So if you are in the chat, please let me know. Save me some embarrassment. But once again, you've got to assume that Chris Standridge, Jonathan Foxworth on that front row. Chris in the wingless sprint. Foxworth in the sprint car. Tom Lander, Dawson Potter behind them. You've got to think that the sprint car will be the quicker, but the wingless sprint is pretty damn quick. It's just going to come down to Chris Standridge's control. Let's have a look and see how we go. We are on lap 3 of 6, and as predicted, that sprint car just got up and started running. It is the 29 of Jonathan Foxworth. He's had a few races with us this week, has been in the wrong place at the wrong time a couple of times. So yeah, it's good to see him enjoying himself, albeit a little bit bumpy on the track out there. Josh Roberts, I think I got lucky picking a 305 here. It's all full. Yeah, that's what I said that the other week. The 305s are amazing. It looks like Tom Land has come unglued there and brought out a caution, but just while we find that instant, yeah, the 305s, amazing. You can just hold them flat. You don't have to worry about it being a shorter or longer track. You can get up high and do your thing. And it is great. So, well, good pick there, Josh. So we see Tom Land coming out of the turn there. Turning down into, he got a good run, but it looks like it was going to get a bit sideways there on him, but no, there it is. I thought that way he was, whoa! Tom Land, are you okay? Can we get an ambulance to the track? Tom Land just had a wicked accident. Yeah, you can sort of see the way he was diamonding that rear end was, he was fighting it to keep it in control all that time. It ultimately got out from behind him. Oh, we are back on the race. And he hit that tyre hard, guys. So, yeah, it looks like he's going to sit in the pits for now with 1 to go. It's going to be a race to the finish line. It's going to be Chris Standridge and Jonathan Foxworth. Can Jonathan hold him off? He's got the wing sprint car, the wingless sprint on the outside as we come around 3 and 4 for the last time. There it is, checkered flag. What a run to the finish line, though. Chris almost got him there. Very little time. I think that was like maybe 1/10 of a second, but that was Jonathan Foxworth first, Christopher Sanders second, Dawson Potter and Tom Land third and fourth. Thanks for the like, Tim. Appreciate you, brother. All right, so here we go. 30 lap main event. This is the Fairbury Speedway round of the Run What You Brung series. A choice of 8 open wheel dirt race cars. The only problem is you can only race each one once. You can race 2 of them twice to see out the field. So a lot of the guys are forced to roll with the modifieds, the UMPs and the big blocks. Just a couple of guys going to the back as well due to the EOL for the top 5 in points. Now, find the Discord. There it is there. Top 5 currently in points. We've got Travis McDonald on 7 points. Equal second, so second, third and fourth on the board, but equal second in points. 11 points, Tom Land, Josh Roberts, Christopher Standridge. And then on 16 points in our race, our series leader, John Bennett. So they've all gone to the back. As the rest of the field gets to line up and sort of work out where they're going to go. I believe Peyton Burkett is going to be our race leader, our race starter. We'll just wait for the rest of the grid to catch up, I believe, yeah. Peyton Burkett, Johnson, Foxworth, Travis McDonald, Dawson, Potter, Josh Robertson, Tom Land, Christopher Standridge, Wayne Bridges, John Bennett. They were not lined up as nicely as they would like after that EOL format. So I feel like they've called a caution, they're going to regroup them. Let's get this one back underway. Now this happened, similar thing happened in the heat race yesterday, only it was one of the drivers, he's new to the league and started a bit earlier. A lot of leagues can start at a 4, some start at the start-finish line. We're a start at the finish line crew. And yeah, so he fired off a bit early, so they called a yellow, regrouped, and there was a bit of a hassle where iRacing would refuse to release the yellow flag conditions. We had to actually evacuate the track and allow them to reset, so hopefully not the same thing here. Alright, looks like we've got this one all lined up. They're all on the outer single file, except for Dawson and Page. I'm not sure what the deal there. Maybe that's due to the 5-car EOL. But we are off and racing officially. Peyton Burke and Josh Roberts. Looks like we're going to get that same battle from the first heat. Peyton, note caution is out. Looks like the 88 having a bit of a problem there. Rick Kelly, thanks for the luck, Rick. Appreciate you, brother. We'll see Rick Kelly on our screens tomorrow night. Part of, no, not tomorrow night, sorry, Wednesday night, part of the Senior Circuit NASCAR Cup Series. In fact, I believe he's the defending champion, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, second, third caution for the race, 9 of 30, will be the 10th of 30 laps when we get this one back underway. Give me just one moment, guys. I'll be back in a second. Alright, there are some very quick cautions here. I did not think I was away from the booth that long. We're at the halfway mark already. Looks like our race leader. Oh, caution has come out. That looks like Tom Land has come unstuck. I'm not going to go anywhere this time, guys. We'll stick with it. So let's have a look and see. Oh, no, that's the second time in this race. Tom Land just coming into contact with those infield tyres and rolling his way across the track. Most certainly not his night tonight, it seems. on our fourth caution. Only 13 laps to go. A little bit of a speed difference between some of these cars. Some cars overdriving a little bit, just trying to sort of stay in it. Tom Land has had a couple of nasty crashes. He's currently in the pits. Looks like Jonathan Foxworth has also retired. He had a great start, but unfortunately looks like he has copped the broadcaster's curse today, as I gave him a little bit of a shout out, and here we are 15 laps later, not in the race. Right, final third of this race underway. Josh Roberts is our race leader. Peyton Burkett second. Christopher Standridge currently in third. Dawson Potter fourth. Travis McDonald fifth. John Bennett and Wayne Bridges sixth and seventh. Oh, it looks like the 88 trying to get up around the outside of the 44. And unfortunately, the 44 got turned around there. We saw that one live. No need to go back and watch it. But that is our fifth caution with 8 to go. That came out on lap 23. Lap 24 will be our restarting lap 20 with 7 to go. Sorry, guys. I'll spit it out in a moment. But it looks like Tom Land back out on the track. 21 laps down. Johnson Foxworth, only the 8 cars in this race. 6 of them rather, on the lead lap, unless Dawson Potter gets a wave around here. I don't believe he will, though. Lap to green. It will be single file as it's single digits. Oh, look out. Looks like Dawson and Tom getting a late wave around. Tim Brown, how can there be 5 cautions to that? This is the Tim Earl Brown 429 Memorial Race. No. I joke, Tim. I joke. It's look, I guess with the mixture of cars and stuff like that, track's going to look like it's going to go away in certain styles, but because you've got so many different cars with so many different shaped wheels and sizes, I imagine it's slicky in places where you don't want it to be. Some of these cars trying to diamond the track to keep it shorter, and unfortunately the momentum is carrying that car around. But you'll see there with the one, and the 88 there, just a little bit more turn on the one than the 88, and it just causes that little bit of speed difference. And if you're not careful, you will either bubble them around or actual contact. There's the 44 and the 88 almost having the same issue. White flag lap. We're on 1 to go already. Holy cow. Let's get all the way up to the lead. There won't be a caution. Not going to let me get Josh crossing that start-finish line, but there it is. Josh is going to win tonight's race. Peyton Burkett, Christopher Standridge, second and third. John Bennett fourth, Travis McDonald fifth, sixth, Dawson Potter, Wayne Bridges in seventh, Tom Land and Jonathan Foxworth finishing in 8th and 9th as they just destroy that. You've got to put the car on the trailer, Travis. If you've got no front end, it's going to be a bit hard to do that. But, oh, Travis, that's Wayne Bridges, Bob. All right, let's jump over to the Discord and have a bit of a chat to the boys. Victory lane, that's what we were all here for. All right, we're going to start off with qualified third on the grid after a second place battle with Josh Roberts in the first heat, due to a bit of reshuffling. Was up the front with, I believe it was Chris Standridge in the end, but Peyton Burkett, geez, we've spoken about it all week. This sort of momentum that you've been carrying for the last 2 or 3 weeks now is amazing. You've come into this league mid-season. You've come into the league mid-season. You've come into a lot of the series very much at the halfway mark, if not just prior to. Now, I think this is your second race in the Run What You Brung series. I believe you either didn't race last week or didn't have a top five finish. But with a top five, with the second place finish tonight, 4 points, that's going to move you dangerously close to the other guys up there in equal second with 11 points. Now, talk us through it. What's it like out there being in a car of your choice versus a bunch of other cars of their choice and hoping that you make the right one?
It's definitely different. I mean, I was a small car of the bunch this time, so obviously, I have to pick and choose where I go. And honestly, I didn't. I mean, a sprint car is a lot. It's a lot bigger when you're sitting next to it inside that little midget. But I don't know. It was fun. I mean, you obviously can tell the difference in the power, but other than that, it was fun.
Yeah. Now we saw with the other wingless open wheel, in this case Tom Land's wingless sprint car, so a little bit bigger than a midget, but certainly wingless as well. Looked like he had to run that short. He was very much diamonding the track, trying to run that. Not Tom Land, sorry. It was had the midget. No, I can't remember. But they had to really run an inside line. Did you find that with yours you had to run the inside line a lot more than did you want to run the inside line, or was it more than you wanted to?
Actually, honestly, I could go anywhere. I figured the inside was good. It's just that midget doesn't really have a lot of front weight, so I kept wheeling coming off a four on that big bump. So
Yep.
figured if I just stay committed to the top, I could keep the momentum rolling. I mean, it helped me for a little while, but obviously once that 305 kicked in and the speed built up, it was pretty much over.
Yeah, and we definitely saw that. Josh, if he can get a car on a higher line, so if he can get it between the wall and his opponent, then it's really not a matter of what car he's racing. Unfortunately, he can build that momentum, and we did see that. And as he said in the chat, 305 was sort of a surprise choice for him because he was able to, Fairbury being a quarter mile track, he was able to just keep that one flat-footed and just really let it sing and send it. So, yeah, it definitely looked like he was going to be an obstacle. Now, we've spoken about this before, not necessarily with yourself, but with some of the other drivers. What is it like driving a smaller vehicle when you've got a lot of modifieds, 358s, the bigger, longer, just real estate hogging cars in front of you? What's that like, sort of trying to deal with those?
It's different. I mean, I can obviously, get in places. I was pretty small, so I was able to go anywhere. I don't know. It's definitely weird lining up to him, I guess. But the good thing is with the midget, it had so much. I mean, those cars are good takeoff wise, and I knew if I could just keep them in them rolling, I wouldn't have to deal with none of the modifieds. But
Yep.
practicing wise, I could tell they were. It's you catch them a lot quicker than I anticipated. I realized that in practice, and there's not really much maneuverability with that midget. So I don't know. I'm glad I got the midget out of the way. I see that's the last smallest track per se on
Yep.
the season, so I figured to go ahead and get that one out of the way, and that way with the bigger trucks, I can run cars that are made for tracks like that.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. We've got Knoxville, Charlotte, Bristol, and Lernerville to go. So just 4 more weeks to come. And I think if any of those tracks might suit that sort of mindset, still Bristol maybe just because it is that little bit short of the banking helps. But yeah, Knoxville, Charlotte, and Lernerville, they are going to be some racy races. And I guess Lernerville being the championship round, the other thing to consider there is you got to make sure you got the right car for speed, but you want to have control of that car because as Lernerville slicks off, it is a dangerous, dangerous track. So having that as the championship round, having that, I think, and I've said this to you before as well, and a lot of the guys know it, traditionally, not by design, but just traditionally, the championship rounds have come down to being the deciding race. So I think with Lernerville, Run What You Brung, everyone sort of coming down to their final choices to see where it lies. It's going to be very interesting. I think the next 4 weeks very important. The point structure, though, as I said, you've just got the one podium finish. Sorry, the second place fit. Yeah, one podium finish. That was back at Kern 2 weeks ago. With the point structure, a couple of top three finishes from here, and once again, you'll be in the conversation of that championship battle. So yeah, that I'm just blowing out. Your momentum lately has been amazing. It's you've come in firing on all cylinders. And as I've said to you in the past, it's been awesome to watch. It's having a new guy come in and just give something to these guys so that they have to learn something new. But how you've settled in with them, how you've sort of gelled with them and picked it up with them is has been absolutely amazing. Is an absolute credit to your driving skills there, Peyton. Now,
Appreciate it.
Robert's Electrical Dirt Streak Stocks tomorrow. Probably the same situation with some of the other seasons if you are running that. Obviously, you've come in late, but let's just have a squiz and see if we can see. Are you on the list? Actually, no, you were in contention for this one. You're on 8 points. You're actually in equal third place for the Robert's Electrical Dirt Street Stocks tomorrow. Um, they haven't got the throwback paint points in yet. But it is ugly paint night tomorrow night. Have you got a wrap ready for the Robert's Electrical?
Oh, don't worry, I'll find something.
I suggested when I heard about this, I suggested that some of the guys uh, sort of buck tradition and instead of go for something just ugly, like turn it into sort of a Christmas sweater competition. I want to see some ugly sweater sort of cars out there, things like that. So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow to see what you guys all pull out the bag. I've heard a few. Um, I've had a few people tell me what they're going to be running. I won't obviously spoil it until tomorrow, but yeah, there's going to be some doozies, I think. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, I have a few up my sleeve. I'll pick up something.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, look, we've heard about them a couple of times this week. Been very fortunate, but you can never hear about them enough. Friends, family, sponsors. Who do you want to give a shout out to, my friend?
Obviously, Hunter Butch over at Speedy Vest Designs, like I said last night. He does awesome with the wraps. Trent McLeod, John's Landscaping, all them boys. KHR for all the boys there for giving us a place to race week in and week out and letting us have fun. And of course, you, Bob, for putting on a heck of a broadcast.
I appreciate it, mate. As I always say, I've got the easiest job in the world. I get to broadcast you guys race, and I have the best seat in the house for it. So, big ups to you guys for making it super easy for me to put on a good show. So, I appreciate you as well. All right, my man. Look, said it to you a couple of times, wholeheartedly, man. Best of luck with everything you do have going on race-wise, both individually and with your support group as well. We'll see you again on the screens tomorrow night for the Roberts Electrical Dirt Street Stocks at Charlotte. Looking forward to seeing your car, buddy. But congratulations, heck of a week. Just cannot keep yourself off the podiums.
Awesome, thank you. I'm gonna keep trying.
That's it, buddy. We'll talk soon.
Yep, see you.
Thank you. All right, that was Peyton Burkett, but we're going to jump up to our race winner. He is the teammate of fellow race car driver John Bennett with J&J Motorsports. Josh Roberts got another big win. The 305 really worked out well at the quarter mile Fairbury Speedway here. I know you were a little bit surprised. Well, admitted you got lucky, but was it a sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Was it a safe choice? Were you always going to go a sprint car if available?
I was looking, kind of deciding on what I was gonna run because I initially was fixing to run a midget here. Then I saw that everybody was getting bigger cars, and I was like, I mean, at least I can compete with maybe. And then I thought about the non-wing, and then I looked next week is at Knoxville, and I was like, I'm definitely gonna run that there. So I was like, well, the only other option I have is a 305, and I get in and I see 12s. It's been a minute since I've ran a 305 at this track, so I was like, daggone, they're booking it. And I get in, and I think my first practice lap was like 11.9. I was like, oh, okay, I got something. And then my very next lap, it was like 11.4. I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I looked up because I was full throttle. I didn't let up.
The track was very kind. It was 11.606 was your fastest lap, but your last lap, the checkered flag lap, 11.668. So just 600ths of a second difference between your best and your last. So yeah, the 305 not ripping that track up, but really taking advantage of it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, it's luck of the draw. Everybody's picking their own car that they feel comfortable with. I know where I've missed two races already. I have to kind of just go down the list because I can't do a double intake. So I've kind of got a schedule played out, and I'm hoping right now it's working out because I'm getting podium finishes, and that's about all you can ask for in this series. So I'll definitely take the win in a 305.
Definitely, definitely. Now, as I said to Peyton, he's had a fortunate run this week. It's sort of the It's very akin to the momentum run that you carried from last season to this season, where it was sort of the last half of the season and then carrying it in. Hayden has, I think he's had three, maybe at least two podiums this week, really in the championship battles, with a couple of weeks to go. It's got to be, I guess, one half of it's got to be pretty damn satisfying seeing guys coming in and not only gelling well but enjoying success straight away. But I guess frustrating is not the right word for it. But do you learn much from someone who's sort of new to the track but doing so well? Do you sort of start to look at them and sort of see differences from what you're used to with the other guys?
Yeah. I mean, some of these OGs that we've been running with, we kind of, go to our specific line.
Yep.
So, my thing is this is if I can get outside, I'm going outside. But last week when me and Casey were racing dirt street stocks, he was showing me a line that I was like, dang, I never knew that would have been a
A
thing,
viable line,
running
yeah.
against tires in a dirt street stock, and he was making it work. And I think it was funny because me and Wayne and John were talking today, and I kind of mentioned that same thing. I'm learning from some of these new guys. You'd be surprised because I don't get on here often. I get on here, just to race. I don't get on here to do practice laps or race any other leagues or officials or anything. So anytime I get a chance to pick up something from somebody else, I'm all the time wanting to do it. So getting these new guys in that we don't really know what their lines are or how they run, it's definitely been fun. So yeah.
For sure, for sure. Now, not to call him out, I feel like we've got a new Dawson pod, and now that Dawson sort of moved his way up into the challenging ranks, but Jonathan Foxworth, just want to single him out. He had another good start to the race, just a little bit of wrong place at wrong time. So if you are listening, John, stick with it, man. You're definitely you're getting those opportunities, and it's just a matter of time before you are able to capitalize fully on them. But he was a guy out there that at the start of the race and in the heat race was looking quite good. I mean, he won the second heat, and was going to start at the front, but yeah, just not able to capitalise on a few options there. But I just wanted to sort of call him out and just sort of as an example of another new driver that's really gelling well. And as I say, I think he's sort of Dawson from a season or two ago where he's there, but it's just a few. I don't know if it's decisions or if it's just luck or just seat time. But I feel like he's going to be next season. He's going to be that the new Dawson. I think he's going to be challenging up the front a lot more frequently, and it's going to be a thorn in some of your sides as well. So no, it's been a good field. Good. I love the Run What You Brung series. I can't talk enough about it. I think it's my favourite series that you run. In this format, just purely because of the way that you run the format, it's different to a scheduled sort of Run What You Brung series, which is more run what you get. Um,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, no, I think I think the Robert Sledge was the premier competition in terms of what's helped the league and where the league stands. I feel like this is the throw yourself in the deep end and you will learn and get better quickly. And then of course we've got the Waynesville mods and the motorwear competitions, which once again, just like last season, are pretty much up in the air. They're all coming down to those last 3 or 4 weeks, 5 weeks in some of them because we missed a race, I think, in the late models, if I'm not mistaken. But no, you've got to be pretty damn proud. I mean, as a driver, especially, but as a league admin, as a person that's sort of one of the main men, one of the main 3 or 4 guys behind this thing. It's got to be pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's fun. And being able to get out in here and win a few races, it's always a good thing. Because I'd be sitting here lying if I say I wasn't competitive. I'm super competitive. So, getting out here and running and getting some wins. But yeah, and Jonathan, he came out and I was able to pick him up. He said he really hasn't raced much,
Mm.
and I was like, well, we are, a fast league, and
This is where you
uh,
want to be to learn, yeah.
yeah, and I was like, we're also beginner friendly too. So for him to come out, and I think this is his third or fourth race
Mm.
with us,
Yeah.
and he's looking really good. So yeah, he kind of reminds me of a Dawson who start from the bottom and pretty much work your way up.
Yep.
So yeah, he'll be a headache, I would imagine, by the end of this season and beginning of the next season if he sticks with us. But yeah, it's always good to get some of these guys who are kind of tired of officials that get wrecked all the time
Yeah.
to get in this league, because that's one thing we don't really look out for is the wrecking.
Yep.
We don't tolerate that at all. So yeah, anybody else that's wanting to come in and be like a Jonathan, come on in. We'll accept you.
Definitely, definitely. All right, man. Well, look, congratulations. We're off to probably my most anticipated dirt street stock round tomorrow night, the ugly paints night. I said during the broadcast, but I won't spoil any of what's been told. But I have been given a few heads ups on a couple of the cars, and yeah, really looking forward to see how that translates onto the actual vehicle itself. But I think we're in for some. It's going to be hard to race tomorrow night. I think just because everyone's going to be laughing and just
Yeah.
just coming to terms with what everyone's come up with. I know there's a few guys that are going to be like, "Hey, what?" But no, it's going to be good fun. All right, well, we'll get to that tomorrow night. But before we get there, friends, families, and friends, family, and sponsors. We'll get the call right there. Who do you need to give a shout out to, Josh?
Oh, always the wife. She's always the first one. We're still in a little season right now, so you know, be with her and
Hmm.
thank her for watching the kids while I get in here and race just a few. And hopefully I can kind of get in tomorrow too. My racing schedule is all iffy.
It
It
all over the
depends on how
place.
she's
Yep.
feeling. Yeah,
Yep.
so I've got my races set up, but whether or not I'll be showing up, I don't know. It's a race time decision.
Yep.
I hope so, because it is going to be a fun one. It's something I've never done before, which is an ugly car night. So I'm going to make a post about it later, and hopefully we get some cool designs out there that we typically we'll never see. I always try to throw out some new things for the guys and make it fun. And apparently John's got something fun, so we'll see
Oh,
what it's all
got one
about.
for you.
Yeah,
See,
and
I
Dad.
think John's got the wrong idea. I think he's sort of going to be the best looking car on the track. Look, I'm not going to throw out any
Yeah,
claims, but
for sure, for sure.
It's
Yeah,
looking
it's definitely gonna
ugly in
be.
this ugly car.
I tell you what, I found one today. I'm pretty happy about it, so we'll see. It should be fun. I know last week turned out to be pretty good with throwbacks, so and it's going to be at Charlotte again. I kind of made it a 5-track season, and I'm just starting at one and going all the way to the end. So Charlotte tomorrow night, and it heck of a race. So hopefully I can learn from last week and get the win there. But it's always going to be tough competition with this league. So and with that being said, Dad with Roberts Electrical, Tom with Motorwear International, Mike Manise Designs, everybody that's joined this league and making it fun racing. This series, it's been a fun one. This is a true run what you brung. So wasn't for sure how this season was going to play out, but so far John was just saying we had like 3 or 4 different winners in it. So that's exactly what we're looking for. And all the guys, like I said, coming out racing, and you for the broadcast. Hopefully you're grown, we're grown, we're all grown, so it should be a good thing.
that's it. That is definitely it. Now, just while we do have John here, just check on Tom. I want to make sure that Tom is okay. He hit that infield tire a couple of times, and his car cartwheeled across the track. Did you guys see any of his crashes?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
That
Somebody
was
went
some
back and
brutal
showed it.
ones.
I just happened
Yeah,
to look down at my phone and saw it. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God.
that one in the heat race there in real life would be where they're cutting the top of the car off and
Yeah.
we're waiting for a helicopter to
Yep,
come
like,
get
yep.
it.
Yep. I was like, all right, ambulance to the track. That is deadly. That was. I've not seen a crash quite like that one in some time. He
That was
blasted
pretty dang realistic,
that
that's for sure.
infield.
Well,
Yeah.
we kind of expected it because before the race he asked 3 different times, is there a penalty if I hit everybody? So
He
kinda
came in with bad
expected
intentions.
something, yeah.
We had
I
we
think he
we
had
did
the
we,
last 2 enduros.
we did have Tim Brown in the chat asking how there could be 5 cautions with him out not being on the track. So I told him that it was the Tim Brown 429 Memorial Race. But
For sure. Well, Tim, it's also we got Tom Land too.
yeah,
We call him the missile not because he's fast.
yeah. I think lightning because he never strikes the same place twice. But
For sure.
look, no missile is maybe lightning for his son when he starts racing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Speaking to one thing you kind of threw out there, when
Mhm.
a lot of the late model drivers aren't here, so hopefully they'll hear it and then we'll post it later. But we're going to do the late model makeup race from
yes.
Bristol the same night on the 28th as the mystery night. So the makeup race will be at 7:30. Then the regular one will start at its normal time.
Normal time.
This way we can, because that points race is really tight. So I'm not going to take a race out of that.
Definitely. We don't want to give anyone sort of, I guess, an advantage or a deficit via the a drop week or anything like that. So no, good to see, and obviously, yeah, that won't be a problem on my side either. We can go straight through with the double header because yeah, that late model championship, one's got a few competitors nipping at his heels. Even as we mentioned earlier, Peyton Burkett, he's sort of come into a lot of the seasons a couple of races in, but just due to some fortunate finishes, is also looking like he might be in the conversation towards the end of the season sort of wrap up as well. So, no, it's good that we allow them to get the full schedule out. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, look, congratulations again, Josh. Congratulations to J&J Motorsports just by association, John. No. Where did you?
Yeah,
No,
there you
you
go.
finished fourth. You're in the top 5. That's all right.
I'm still the points leader thanks to Travis Reckendawsons. I got some points, so I didn't tie with Josh. I was able to stay ahead a little. So
that's it. Keep that buffer just working. All right, boys. We'll see you tomorrow night over at the dirt track at Charlotte. Ugly paints night. I cannot wait for it. I hope everyone's running off. If they haven't already lined one up, or if they haven't reached out to Michael Moniz and making him work all the way through the night, then yeah, you better get to it, boys and girls, because it is tomorrow night, and it's going to look great. Cool. All right, guys. We will talk to you tomorrow night. Best of luck, and yeah, we'll talk soon.
That sounds good. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
See you, boys. All right, that's going to wrap up our run at Watch Your Brung series for the Knuckleheadz iRacing Leagues. Kush, JR Warner just finished a league at race here. Finished third, throw sliders for second for 10 laps. Yeah, that's pretty much standard Fairbury action. Hey, Ned, you got here just in time for the interview, so appreciate it. We'll be back around this time tomorrow, though, for another race. This one's been the Knuckleheadz iRacing Leagues Run Watch Your Brung series. Let's just go over the finishing order one last time. So Jonathan Foxworth finished in 9th, Tom Land 8th, Wayne Bridges and Dawson Potter 7th and 6th, 5th and 4th, Travis McDonald, John Bennett. Then our top 3. Christopher Standridge in 3rd, Peyton Burkett 2nd, and Josh Roberts was tonight's winner. All right, that's it for the Wayne's portion of the Knuckleheadz iRacing League Racing Wayne's World Mods. We didn't have the Wayne's World Mods this morning. We just had the Run Watch Your Brung series. I don't even know what I've broadcast today. Oh my God. We will be back tomorrow night for the Roberts Electrical Dirt Street Stocks to wrap up the 3 nights of racing for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time, Ned. I'll keep an eye out for when you're live next, because I want to check out some of those scary games you play again. Yeah, look, thank you so much for tuning in with Mud Mule TV. This is Bobith TV on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. If you want to know when we're live, please follow, subscribe. No, just subscribe, follow, like, do all the usual things. And